Gonna be on Persephone. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have our Italian Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. Here we go. As we jump into our ZvZ and through the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our Zerg versus Zerg matchup. Coming into this, it's a hard one to call. If you remember, we casted these two face off quite a bit earlier this year, where in GSL Season 1. Reynor, he was in Korea. A couple of months ago for the first season of GSL, where he did compete, and fun fact, he did land in Solar's group, and they played quite often. In their first best of 3, Solar won it. Solar, he won 2-1, and in their second best of 3, the decider match of the group, Reynor won it 2-1. Both times went to the ace match. Both times went all the way to game 3. The first time Solar took it, the second time Reynor took it. And if you remember, they did have a rematch at DreamHack where Solar was able to claim that series as well. So they've been back and forth. I do lean towards Solar. I do favor Solar slightly against Reynor, but I can see this going to the ace match, and I can see this going either way. As they're both relatively close in skill. Here. For now, hatch gas full. A lot of this will come down to mind games. As opposed to several, Reynor, he's a lot more aggressive in this matchup. He's a lot more willing to go out workers and give it to all-ins or drone and just try to fake out his opponent. Reynor can be very tricky in this matchup. Can be very difficult to read. So best of luck with your gamba. Best of luck. Do not envy. So now we have our initial standard opener. Link speed is on the way. We have 2 in gas in the main base for Solar, 2 in gas for Reynor. So both players do pull out, which means we should be expanding. Then we go third base on the way for both players. And from here, we should be working towards that Bailey nest. So far, everything is looking normal. Everything's looking standard. So far, we have mirrored builds. And right now, what we're waiting for is the Bailey nest. Is looking for any earlier tech, like an Eva chamber, like a Roach Warren. There's that Bailey nest for Reynor. We should be seeing one soon for Solar as well. Solar, he did scout the nest. And he's getting his own. So far, so good. So far, getting into Ling Bane. Again, it is not uncommon for one of the players to go for an earlier Roach Warren. That's what we are looking out for. That's what we're waiting for. Likewise, oh, there it is. We're waiting for earlier tech, early Eva chamber. So +1 out of Solar. From here, we can go into a +1 Carapace. So we can go into a Ravager Ling all-in, or you can go for +1 range and go for a Roach all-in instead. So waiting for the upgrade of choice. There's the Roach Warren. Likewise, the Roach Warren for Reynor as well. The Roach Warren timings are standard. It's the Eva chamber that is not. And we're expecting +1 Carapace. Our eyes are on Solar. Ooh, +1 range. I believe, if I'm mistaken, this is going to be a hash-based all-in where you skip lair. If I'm not mistaken, you hit with +1, but we'll keep an eye on Solar nonetheless. Regardless, we'll have that very early +1 timing. So players are joining. Players are saturating. Reynor, he does make a wave of 5 roaches early on. Lairs are on the way for both players. Okay. Getting his raw lairs. Eva chamber's now done for Reynor. He can start working on his upgrade. Again, he's going to be behind in the upgrades compared to Solar. Bear that in mind. There's going to be that window. It's going to be a very close window. Very clutch. But the window is there. There we go. +1 range for Reynor has begun. It's already halfway done for Solar. Now Solar taking his gases. Is probably droning up, actually, getting up to 3 base economy. Likewise, so is Reynor. No rush, 8 minutes. Okay. No hyper aggression. Not yet. Oh, that I was not expecting. Okay, so we do have that fast pulse on timing available, and Solar is pushing, but this is a fake out. As you can see here, Solar, as he pushes out across the map, he reveals his army to the overlords, and he's droning. He's just droning. He's just droning. He's expanding. He's taking up into height, into the spire, into mutas. And Solar, he's just pumping up his chest and faking aggression. And now he backs up. As I mentioned, it was just a fake out. He backs up. Reynor, he did overmake roaches, and now he's droning. Now he has to catch back up. Now he has to drone. Reynor is behind. This is a big part of ZvZ, just because overlords are so prevalent. You can use that against your opponents, and you can go for these fake out pushes and make your opponent flinch. And Reynor did flinch. As a result, Solar, he's getting away with quite a bit. The spire is almost done. Reynor, he's getting a 4th base with his cutting worker production. Now it's time to fixate and focus on nothing but roaches. Remember, Solar, he's the one that's being greedy by taking up. And now here come the mutas. There we go, 5 mutas on the way. That is enough to one-shot drones. Now, he doesn't want to overmake mutas. We have 6 mutas, getting up to 7. That should be it. We shouldn't be getting more. We need nothing but roaches. He's getting up to 8 mutas. That's a lot of mutas. That might be too much. That's a big investment. Bearing in mind that Reynor has a terrifying roach army. Now going for hydras. Reynor, he scouts. Yeah, he scouts. He confirms. He gets eyes on the spire. Reynor is aware. And there we go. Spores are on the way. Hydrogen's on the way. Muta is revealed. And the mutas are hunting on overlords at least, but they're not really getting much more than that. But again, what's important is that Solar, he's just focusing on roaches. He's just focusing on roaches and ravagers from here. Mutas, they get some free damage. They get a roach, they catch a queen. They do get it. At the same time, main army does move in. Mutas are here to support the army. That's still a lot of roaches for Reynor. That's a lot of roaches. And Reynor forcing his way through. So that's to pull away. Let's pull away. Gas Geyser is exposed. Solar moving in once again. And Solar, he has enough. Yeah, this one he has enough. He's breaking through the roaches. Takes down the initial line. Yeah, they force to pull away. Only was revealed. As Reynor does sneak past. He's trying to rush on past. Solar diving on the main army, takes down the hydras, getting to the ravages as well. Brutal trades. As they pull back, roaches are still moving out across the map. But Solar's done it. At this point, he has done it. He has broken the back of Reynor. Again, it was just a brutal timing. Detection is available. And again, Reynor, he did fall for the earlier push, and that led into this. That led into Solar getting away with so much, getting away with the upgrades, getting away with the 4th base, getting away with the mutas. He was able to pull it off. We have a couple of roaches in 2 mineral lines. Doing what they can. I mean, hey, the roaches they're getting damage done. Drones are going down. The problem here is it doesn't matter. At this point, it does not matter. Which one gets sniped? And GG gets called. Solar, he does overwhelm. And Solar takes game number 1. GG. Again, Solar, he was in the driver's seat for most of that game. Winding it back, where did it all go wrong? Well, both players, they were keeping up with each other. Everything was looking normal until the fake out from Solar. What happened? Solar, he pushed through the center of the map. As he was pushing, he was getting a Spire, he was droning, and he was getting a fourth base. He was doing all three things at once as he was pushing. And then when he got across the map, he turned around because he wasn't reinforcing. He was faking a push. He was faking an all-in. What did Reynor do as he saw the army pushing? He stopped droning and he hyperfixated on building up a roach army. He just hyperfixated on building up a reactive force, and he did nothing with it. Right? He was stuck with all these roaches. He fell behind when it comes to production. He fell behind when it came to workers, when it came to production, when it came to tech as well. And he was kind of stuck with it. If he had known a little bit earlier, then maybe he could have tried to counterattack to make use of that army, but he didn't, right? He was just stuck with an army that didn't really come into play, and with that he fell behind. And little moments like that can cost you the game. In ZvZ, when you have a mirror matchup, there's just so little room for error. But here we go, we're now getting into game number 2. And we'll see if Solar can fake Reynor out again, or if Reynor can instead be the one to fake out Solar. I was also concerned that the mutas, they wouldn't do enough damage, but hey, they hunted down like 5 overlords. They were able to pick up some roaches. They were able to distract in the main. Like they were able to pay for themselves. They had their part. And here we go, we're now getting to game number 2, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the Italian Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Basilisk down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. I believe he can. It is Reynor for Basilisk. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. We go. Well, seems how you're always casting. See, Pappy, see. Always. Basically, this is our second broadcast of the day. We were live earlier covering GSL, of course, covering GSL Group A. Solar's group, fun fact, including Solar and Rogue, and Gumiho and Maru. Do recommend it. There was some fun games, some fun matches, and we are going to be live tomorrow in around 12 hours, in around 12 hours time with Group B, of GSL. Basically, after the initial morning GSL cast, I just spent the entire day editing VODs and working on VODs and making thumbnails and scheduling it. I'm a little bit fatigued, a little bit. I usually try to nap in between casts, but not today. And I might regret it, or I already do. I already do regret not getting some sleep. But really, that just means that when I do go to bed, it's gonna be that much better. I just won't wake up. I just let's go. We'll be fine, Pappy. We'll be fine. For now, though, we are going to be settling in. We do have our initial opener, hatch gas pool, standard opener out of Reynor, standard opener out of Solar as well. Likewise, we do pull out of gas, so 2 in gas for both players, so nothing crazy. From here, we should be getting a third base, and from here, we should be getting a Bailey nest. And once again, just like last game, we're looking for any big point of deviation. Last game, Solar did go for an early Roach Horn, and sorry, he went for an early Eva Chamber into early +1 range. That didn't really come into play, but it did help Solar kind of sell the story that he was going for a timing, and it did scare Reynor. Like, it terrified him into overreacting. So we'll see if he does go for something similar once again into an early Eva Chamber. For now, Bailey nest on time, and there's a Bailey nest for Reynor as well. So far, everything's looking normal. Meanwhile, welcome one and all to Incorporeal. Incorporeal, of course, is one of the largest maps in the map pool. Long rush distance by ground. The bases themselves, some of them are a little bit more defendable than others, but overall, it's a little bit more open here, a little bit less accessible. We often see longer games as a result, but in a ZvZ, I don't think that matters as much. Players can still be hyper aggressive here. That's a Ling Surge. 12 links on the way. Roach Warren has been thrown down. Hidden in the main, by the way. Okay, hidden Roach Warren in the main base. Solar being cheeky. So very fast Roach Warren. Meanwhile, did go for the Link Flood, so Lings are rushing out across the map. The goal here is to break the third. We'll see if he can. Bailing's morphing in for Solar. Bailing will finish. We have defensive Bailings here for Reynor, and Reynor, he should be able to hold on. Behind the Solar, he's not droning. He is not droning up. Lings are dealt with. Solar pulls away. Roach Warren's almost complete, and from here he should be making nothing but roaches. And there it is, 6 roaches in production. Solar's going all in. He's going all in. And Reynor, does he read this well? He does run up to 40. He's waiting for the Roach Warren. He's holding onto his larva. Roach Warren is done. There we go. Safety roaches on the way. In a standard game, he should just be droning. And he does drone somewhat, but not enough. I feel like he should hold. Like Reynor, he should have enough. There we go. Spine crawlers on the way as well. From the side of Reynor, being very safe. And here comes the all-in. But Reynor, he hasn't been too greedy. Still comes down to the armor control, but things are looking good here for Reynor. Assuming he does finish the spine crawl, assuming he doesn't take a bailing to the face. Oh, speaking of. Reynor, the bailings are dealt with. Lings, they collapse in. Getting on top of the queens. Oh, the queen's getting surrounded. He gets one. Takes down the roaches, takes down some of the queens. Bailings, they crash into the lings. And Solar is trading well, but does he have enough? Takes down another queen and another. Queens do fall, but I feel like Reynor should hold. Yeah, the spine cooler tanks a lot. Does tank quite a bit. More lings are trickling across the map. This is still very close. And what are we going for? Oh, once it's around. Does one, so we'll get it. Bailing's almost morphed in. Oh my god. Oof, massive connection. Yeah, it does connect, and Reynor holds. Reynor, he holds. And what's terrifying about this hold is that, remember, Reynor, he did drone somewhat. He's on 42 workers. He's up 12 drones. And Solar, he's run out of steam. He's just run out of steam here. Again, he was hoping that he could catch Reynor droning, but he didn't. So GG gets called, and Reynor, he shuts down the all-in. We're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game 3. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to that ace match here. Again, winding it back, Solar, he cut workers early. He committed to an all-in. I want to say he cut workers at around 30 drones. But as you recall, Reynor, he only droned somewhat. He droned up to 40. He did make 10 drones, which is a good amount of workers, but he didn't over-drone. He thankfully did wait for his roach to finish, and he did make 6 safety roaches. He understood that something was wrong. Something was wrong, something was amiss. So he did decide to play it safe, and he completely shut down the all-in. GG. GG well played. Solid read there by Reynor, whether it was intuition, whether it was just being safe. Just really well played there. Shuts down the all-in. We're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game 3. And we'll see how this story ends. We'll see how the story ends. As we're loading into Tokamak for that final game. Oh, hello, Pi. Hello. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Thank you for always being here. Always. I mean, I guess it's in your comment, but yes. Always there, Papi. Always casting. We do what we can. Short nap into Monday Night Weekly later? No, shot. Unfortunately, we don't cast the Monday Night Weeklies. That's usually when we're asleep. That's usually when we try to sleep. I'd love to cast everything, but you know, it would be nice to sleep at some point. Would be nice. But good to see you, Pi. Good to see you. As we're getting into the ace match and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the Italian Zerg representing Basilisk, tying up the series 1-1 and forcing that ace match. It is Reynor. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. Here we go. Here we go. Is it? Is it? I don't know the context of that message. Maybe it is. Maybe not. For now, though, Reynor, he does claim his natural, just standard hatch gas pool. Despite how aggressive our players have been so far in this series, like, we're not going for like any kind of crazy 12 pool or 12-11 or 13-12 or anything like that. Standard openers, it's typically in the mid game where things are spicing up, whether it's a Solar cutting workers and coming to an all-in or faking out an all-in as well. So far, though, in the series, Solar has been the one kind of dictating the pace of the game. It was game 1 where he faked out Reynor. It was game 2 where he committed to a real all-in. Game 3, how does he open up? Does Reynor decide to kind of take the reins instead? I would hope so. I would hope so. We'll see. Now would be a good time. As welcome one and all to Tokamak. Tokamak, of course, being one of the more larger and defensive maps in the map pool. Not the largest by any means, but larger. If there were any game that would lead into standard Roach versus Roach, I mean, this could be one of them. Could be one. But I do wish all those working behind the scenes on the Monday Night Weekly the best. The best. For sure. Now, a lot of work gets put into it. Even if we don't get to cast it, we do appreciate it as well. To appreciate. As Solar does claim his third. And Reynor should be doing the same. There we go. Third base is on the way. Everything looking normal, everything looking standard. From here, we should be getting to our Baneling nests. And for the most part, my eyes are going to be on Solar here. Just because he's the one that's been, again, dictating the pace. It was game 1 where he went for the early Evo Chamber. Game 2 where he went for the early Roach Warren. This time, early there. Early drones. Where are you taking us? Oh. So everything is zoned away. So far, everyone's still saturating, still droning. And we do have that early Evo Chamber once again. Okay, just like game 1, does rush into early Evo Chamber. Now in game 1, this led into early +1 range. Now, if you recall it, the +1 range didn't really lead into anything. It led into a fake out, then into a hard switch, into a fourth, into a spire instead. But this time, it might not be a fake out. Like, that's the scary thing here about Solar is he can commit or he can fake out a push. It's hard to get a read on what's going on. Is that Roach Warren on the way? Meanwhile, Reynor going for a bit of an earlier Roach Warren instead. As a result, a later Evo Chamber. Here we go. Not too far behind with his own +1 range. So the upgrades, they're on par with each other. On par. So far, both players just droning, just saturating. No big commitment into Ling Bane. Oh, and there we go. We have 6 Roaches in production for Solar. Likewise, Reynor getting some safety Roaches as well. Lair is on the way. And I don't see a Lair here out of Solar. He's going for a what looks to be a hatch-based all-in. Getting into 4 gases. Yeah, building up to 4. Making more Roaches. Yep, we're not getting a Lair. We're not getting a Lair here. It's going to be an all-in. So Solar, he is committing now. Thankfully, Reynor, he droned up a little bit. He's taking gases, but Reynor, he's not droning. He's not droning. He's making more Roaches to defend. Reynor, he will have an army. He's not getting caught droning, not getting caught off guard. I do favor Reynor here. He is droning up a little bit more, but again, it's only a couple of drones here and there. It's nothing too major. Wing Scouts. Oh, gets eyes on gases. Gets eyes on roaches, he knows. Yeah, he knows. Sees it's coming. There we go. Spine Crawler's on the way. He confirms the all-in. And Reynor is getting ready. And again, he only droned up to 50. He only has, what, 3 more drones than his opponent? I mean, partly because he's making Spine Crawlers, of course. But Reynor, he did not overdrone. And Reynor, he does have the tools to defend. We'll see if we can pull this off. It's still going to be close. Solo committing in. Does commit. Files don't connect. Better concave here for Reynor. He's pulling back to the Spine Crawlers. Spine Crawlers are almost done. They're barely almost done. Couple of files do connect. Solar now pushing into 4 spines, or into 3. And Reynor's holding. Reynor, he's holding on. Couple of piles. Oh, 2 crazy army. But he's running out of Zerglings and soon to be running out of roaches. And Reynor collapsing in, takes down the roaches. Getting himself the Ravagers. Spine Crawlers are still barely getting a little bit more help in. Does transfuse. Oh, I say that. Queen goes down, Spine Crawler goes down. Does Solar have it up? It's so close. It's still so close. Files down the Spire. The Spine even. But Reynor's holding. Reynor, he's holding on. He still has 2 more Spine Crawlers. And Solar has to back off. He has to back off. He does recognize he cannot kill Reynor. Again, as a reminder, Reynor, he was playing safe. Reynor, he confirmed what was going on, and he threw down just a wall of spines. And Reynor holds. Now, what's scary here is that Solar has been droning. He's droning up as we speak. The lair is almost complete. Getting to his own upgrades. And Reynor, he is reacting quite hard, throwing down more spines. He's getting ready for a second wave. A second wave that isn't coming. Oh. So, a bit of a misread here from Reynor, as he's investing quite heavily into roaches, but also droning at the same time. He's getting more spines! He's getting more Spine Crawlers here. Solar, he droned up to 60, by the way. He's up to 3 base saturation. He's up to 3 bases. Spine Crawlers are finishing. Solar has a better economy. And now Reynor starts to drone, but these drones are late. Yeah, late droning out of Reynor. Again, he defended well initially, but this does feel like he's terrified about another push. A push that is not coming anytime soon. Solar waiting for upgrades. Getting a 4th base. And now Solar's pushing, but it's far later here. Like, the investment into all these roaches and into all these Spine Crawlers just was not worth it. And now, as a result, Solar has a massive supply lead. Ay. Oh. Takes down the Overlord. Solar pushing in. Reynor, he's in trouble here. And you may be thinking like, oh, but he made all these Spine Crawlers. Like, yes, but he made them early. His drones are late. That means the army is smaller. And you can see there in the supplies, right? In that supply disparity. Lings, they peel off into the natural. Reynor being forced back. And with that, he's being broken here and now. The wall of spines is falling. And Solar, he has too much. He's up in upgrades as well. He has Wilson Carapace, takes out all the spines. And Reynor, he cannot keep up. Not with this. Again, unfortunately, Reynor, he just misread the game. Defended well initially, but GG gets called. Solar will overwhelm, and Solar will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations, Solar. He will claim the series. A very intense back and forth here. Once again, Solar, he was dictating the pace of every single game. Game 1, Game 2, and Game 3. And here in Game 3, Solar, he committed to the all-in. Reynor, he did a great job at reading it, at defending against that, at setting up against the initial all-in. But it was in the aftermath of that where Solar was droning and teching. Reynor, instead of droning and taking himself, he was throwing down more Spine Crawlers, making more roaches. His drone count was lower for a lot longer. Took him a long time to realize, oh, He's not pushing. He's not attacking. I should have been droning here, and that did cost him. That did cost him his economy, which cost him the army, which cost him the game. GG. GG, well played with that. Solid has claimed the series, and the question becomes, does he have an opponent? I feel like we've been speeding through the brackets. Where exactly are we? Oh. Here we go. We have Bjorn. We have Bjorn versus Cure. They're currently mid-series. They're currently facing off. Cure takes down Scarlet 2-1. Shout out to Scarlet for making it all the way to the ace match. For going the distance. Does go the distance, but Cure does take the series. So Bjorn versus Cure going on to the TVT when it goes up against Solar in the next round. Likewise, we have Clan versus Showtime currently mid-series as well in a TVP. Australia versus Hearthstone. They've been going at it for like half an hour. What the hell's going on? What's happening? Ay, ay, ay.